Today's Thanksgiving, and we wanted to bring a special episode dedicated to all Thanksgiving-themed things. We're going to go Thanksgiving players. We're going to go over some of our Thanksgiving memories and what Thanksgiving means to us.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jules. The best holiday of the year.
For sure, it is.
A lot, incorporates family, incorporates pilgrims.
Pilgrims.
Yes.
Native Americans.
Yes. Not Christopher Columbus.
Native American Day.
Yes.
We're back.
Food.
My favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And football.
Oh, football. Oh, my favorite.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're talking. What else? Family.
Family.
Yes. Childhood memories.
There's so many memories associated with Thanksgiving.
Fights. Family fights.
Always fighting. And there's Turkey Day football before you had organized football. Like Turkey Day is just so much.
What was your favorite thing to do on Thanksgiving?
My favorite thing to do on Thanksgiving, since I grew up on the West Coast, football started so early. So like you'd wake up. Isn't there a game at like 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock?
There's usually 3 games a day.
Yeah. So you got a 12 o'clock game East Coast, a 3 o'clock, and then a 6 o'clock. West Coast, you wake up, it's 9 o'clock and there's football on. So you wake up, mom's already cooking. You organize your team for your Turkey Day game that you're going to go play with your boys at Stall Staff. Just a bunch of fun. The weather's a little colder. Thanksgiving is the best. Thanksgiving is the best. I think of the times when we were younger because when we played in the league,
we never had Thanksgiving.
We never really, we worked on Thanksgiving.
For real, even in college too. If you played football in the Division I level, in the pros, you never really had Thanksgiving. You were having Thanksgiving dinner with your teammates.
Whose house did you go to for Thanksgiving?
Whose house did I go to? It was a lineman.
Conley.
Yeah, it was. Was it Conley's house?
Conley.
Was it Dan Conley's house that one year? Did you go that year?
I've been to Dan Conley. Light always had one.
That's who.
But Conley and Mankins, him and his wife would always have us over. Like there was always a veteran group guy that always had all the young bucks when we were young bucks that didn't have family in the area would always host. And I remember Dan Conley did one year, and he was like the best cook. He made homemade marshmallows. I think he even made homemade beer for the night.
Did Matt Light have wild meat?
Oh, without a doubt. So don't you remember Conley? He would do 3 turkeys. He would deep fry a regular like butterball, bake a wild game turkey, and then there's like a third turkey that he would roast or something or barbecue. He did like 3 turkeys. He was amazing. You remember how good that food was?
It was so good. The fried turkey right there they made in front of us. He wouldn't let anyone get around it because he wanted to just make it spectacular and like to the T of like the exact way it was supposed to be made. And it was good, man. It was like moist when it was done. Yeah. I mean, delicious. Who ate the most turkey on our team?
Anytime it comes to kind of any food eating contest, my mind instantly goes to Marcus Cannon. I don't know why.
Guy's a machine. I mean, he can lift the most, so it kind of transitions to being able to eat the most.
What's your favorite memory of Thanksgiving?
When we played the Detroit Lions, because we played them on Thanksgiving. I'd never really been home before for Thanksgiving in a long time since I was in high school. So to be able to play in Detroit, we got the win that week.
We were the old unis.
Yes, we did. We had the throwback, the red uniforms on. That was one of the coolest games out there because Ford Field is one of the greatest atmospheres in all of football. I feel like it's an old atmosphere in the old factory, the old Ford factory. The field's like down into the ground. Just feels like a football atmosphere. Like the new stadiums, the new domes, they're too futuristic. You know what I mean? It feels like it's built for entertainment, not for football.
Yeah.
So Ford Field is still one of those domes that has that feel. So I remember that game. We beat them. There was a couple fights on the field. I got in a fight or two.
With who?
One of those DBs that are rushing on field goal.
Yeah.
So he was rushing on field goal, talking garbage. So, I'm the wingman. You're supposed to go like this and then that and try to take 2 guys. I literally just ran full speed at the DB and tried decking him on field goal.
Did you?
Yeah, I did deck him. And then it started a fight, and then Matt Light came over. He was pushing everyone around. He loved that action, and I loved it too.
Matt Light loved the fight.
But what I loved about Thanksgiving, though, after that game was I hopped in the car with my mom because she was at the game, and we drove back home to Buffalo that night.
Oh.
So I got to spend Thanksgiving night with my family for the first time in quite some time, which was a privilege, man. It felt good to do that. So I won a game, an NFL game in Detroit, my rookie season, and then went home, had Thanksgiving dinner with my family. And then I went out to the bar, Amherst Ale House, and I got to see everyone from my childhood growing up from high school. And that's kind of the definition of what Thanksgiving should be, man. It's about bringing the old timers back. It's about bringing the old memories back and just enjoying them. Your family, your friends, you don't forget where you come from when it comes to Thanksgiving.
No. that Wednesday night, like we don't get to experience it, but that Wednesday night before Thanksgiving where you get to go to the local bar with all your friends and stuff. I've done it a couple times when I was on IR. It's just it's a comfort feeling because it's the people you remember growing up with, and you get to go home to a great meal the next day and see all your family and enjoy the fighting, the love that's there, the fighting that's there, enjoy the football. I mean, it's just it's so what you remember as a kid. Like that's what kid life was.
You know, that Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, they claim, I don't know, I think the internet claims or all the partiers claim it's the biggest party night of the year. Bigger than New Year's, bigger than any Saturday night out there. They say the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving is the biggest party night in America. Is that true, Jules?
Well,
I never done it before. I never been out on a Wednesday night before Thanksgiving because I always have practice early morning. Yeah. That's also why I love Thanksgiving too. I'm very thankful for Thanksgiving because of this reason. You always got out early on a Thursday from football practice.
Oh, the best.
Yeah, the best. You would get in, you would have a quick meeting, 1 hour meeting, and then practice would start at like 9 a.m. at the beginning of the practice. And you go out there, you practice real quick. You practice
it's a happy
hard.
practice. Everyone's happy.
Everyone's happy because they know they're going home right after this practice like the old days
meetings.
When you're in high school. No meetings after. Yes, that is correct. You get a quick lift in or something, burn as many calories as you possibly could so then you can go home and go to that Thanksgiving dinner and eat as much as possible and show everyone up. And that's what it was all about too. There's competitions on how much you could eat, kind of like stroked your ego. I mean, it was just what dudes do, man. It's just, I can eat more than you.
Yeah.
No, I can eat more than you, buddy. And then it turns into a fight, but that's just a dude.
And I remember, when you didn't have the relationships with like the big top dogs yet, and you'd eat at the facility with all the guys that, didn't have their families there. There'd be a huge old like population of guys in the freaking sauna. Everyone wanted, like Rob said, wanted to get their calories in so you could eat as much as you could. Guys would be sweating and working out. And then you'd see a group of guys that didn't have their families, and they'd have their Thanksgiving in that cafeteria with each other and bring stuff back to their family or whoever's at their house. That's what it was. Your Thanksgiving, your family was your football team when you were in these kind of situations, whether you were in college or you're pro or a young pro guy that didn't have their families. You got to have that family time with guys that you played with. That's kind of something I remember too from Thanksgiving.
What's one thing that you're thankful for, Jules? Just one thing. Because we're gonna be thankful throughout the whole episode. But what's one thing you're thankful for?
I'm thankful that right now in my life, most of my family's healthy. All of my family's healthy. That like my daughter, my parents. My brother, my sister, their
kids. You can't
kids.
ask for anything better than that.
You
can't.
That's so lucky.
That's the biggest blessing right there. That's for sure.
What about you, Rob? What do you think?
We kind of already on the subject. We were already talking about it, the turkeys, how they're roasting everything. I'm thankful for the food out there, man, and how lucky we are to be able to eat the nutritious and delicious food that we do eat on a daily basis. I mean, we get organic food. We get food that's medicine for our bodies that builds up our motor. We get food that delivers us our energy that we need to get throughout the day. We get the protein that we need to get at all times so we can build up our muscles after a strenuous workout. So just food, man. Because without food, man, life is tough, man. You get hangry, fragile. I mean, food builds you up with strength and courage. So I'm thankful for food, my man.
Yeah, that's a great one to be thankful for. But there's a lot of people that don't have food in this world.
Exactly.
And we're blessed. We're, like you say, we get to have the organic shit and all the good stuff and
food that feeds our soul.
There's a lot of people that don't even have food in this world. Remember, you got to be thankful for everything you got.